Well, just while my coffee is brewing, I had decided I was going to do a fuchsia here, another one, but it's just fallen off. But there's another one, that's okay. Right, I found one I can do. I mean, I suppose what I could do is just draw some buds rather than the full fuchsia flower. They're dropping off a lot now. Anyways, I'll just do something. If you've been tuning in, you have seen me painting some fuchsia flowers over the last few days. If you've been tuning in recently, from a whole pile of flowers that I got from a guy who has a few bushes of fuchsia in his front garden, and I just went and asked if I could have some to draw. So I've got a vase of them, and I really wanted to do them justice, I suppose. I want to feel like, sorry about the barking, it's just irritating. I suppose I want to do them justice by, oh, there it goes, painting as many as I can before they completely give up the ghost. Yeah, I'm just going to do these ones here. Alright, when I say these ones here, what I've come across is some, just some buds. And some leaves too. So I'm just kind of adding to the concoction that's here already. And finding some leaves that are extending down from there. I mean, I got my stencil out again, thinking that maybe that might come in handy. I think I might use that. It just helps me avoid becoming kind of precious about the position of the leaves and things. So that was just the tail end of the yellow and mixing with the ultramarine blue and cadmium yellow, so it's kind of running out there. And what I've also got actually that I've been using the last few days is these alcohol inks too. So let's just see what would happen if I put some yellow into this one. Yellow alcohol ink. Maybe a green if I've got one. I don't have green, but there's a bright blue just for the fun of that. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna do some drawing for the buds now. I think I might just use the ink, acrylic ink, and I think this is magenta, this colour. I'm hoping that you can see okay. Yeah, I've got something happening anyway. Oh, it just dropped. Maybe I'll just pull the droplet around with the pencil. This is a pearl orange. Is it? No, it's wild flame, even better. Colour is wild flame, and what it is it's just trying to find where I'm going to place these buds. So there's a couple of small ones coming out here. What this is a watercolor pencil, but I'm just using it at the moment really as a stick to drag the color of the magenta ink around to explain the shadow side of the buds that I'm seeing here. There's one there. There's a couple of buds overlapping this one. I'm not sure I like them. It looks a bit odd, you know, there's two of them just sticking out there kind of under the leaf. But I suppose in the wild they would look like that, so maybe I will just do it. Oh, and dragging some of the alcohol ink in with them. So anyway, I think the thing that's characteristic of fuchsia is they are a bit higgledy-piggledy here, there and everywhere. of sore shoulders, so I've just been rolling a tennis ball up and down the wall with my back, and my arm is resting on the container for my water because my shoulder is really quite painful. I'm needing to be aware of it and rest it. And then there's a kind of bigger stem that these are coming from. There. And I do have some more watercolor pencils too. So I can use my green one to explain this little green leaf that's curling back on itself here. The good thing about watercolor pencils is, of course, that you can wet them and create some fluidity with the mark, and you can also just leave it as a line, a drawn line. So I like having the option, maybe after it's gone down, knowing that there's an option of adjusting it, studying the shape of these leaves here that are extending up beyond the buds, and how many of them I want to put in, kind of distinguishing, deciding how many of these leaves I want to explain, and if I want to give, I suppose, a bit more clarity to the ones that I disturbed with the alcohol ink too. There's a particular arc to these leaves I'm trying to locate. I'll pick up some of the red in order to make the second bud that's hanging down over here. I'm picking up the red with the green watercolor pencil, so that's going to cancel out the red a little bit straight away because green and red are opposites on the color wheel. So sitting beside each other, they excite each other, and mixed together, they cancel each other out. And I think that's cancelled out enough now. I think I need to get my red back. I'll just do a few more touches to the leaves. This side of the buds are quite bright. And, you know, from there we used the fluorescent ink actually, which you might think is a bit much, but it was quite fun to do that, to explain the brightest bits with the fluorescent ink. And I might resort to that too for these, the lightest bits on these, for the lightest bits on these buds. I'm just gonna get some water and bring some fluidity into that bud that has been explained with the orange watercolor pencil a bit. So that's what's creating that warm orange kind of tint. And this will have had green on it, so it's kind of letting the green bleed into the red too, which makes it a bit more muted. I'll pick up some of that red, I think, and bring it in here. So I want it to still read as though it's generally red, even although it is kind of in shadow. But not all of it is in shadow, which leads me to reach for these fluorescent inks, which are very bright. So I thought I'd do this while my coffee was brewing. I'm having a decaf coffee, and I went and got some cakes at the Stockbridge Market, which I halved with Lily, so I'm going to have my halves now. I got a baked cheesecake, and I also got clementine cake. Very nice. They look very nice. I haven't tasted them yet. I'm going to have them with my coffee, reading my book, And then I might run myself a hot bath and see if I can soften out these shoulders. Right, I'm going to pick up some more of that magenta. It's a good colour, I think, for the fuchsia shadows especially. Dark side. I'll make this little elegant tip on the fuchsia too. And then of course doing a little bit of fuchsia coloured rain is often a nice touch as well. Small little buds here and there. Okay. I think maybe I've said enough. I'm gonna have Trigger happy to try the fluorescent orange, because I think I did use this as well, maybe last time. Just put a touch there and see. I mean, it's ridiculously bright, isn't it? But there's something ridiculously bright about light on a flower. It comes from inside it somehow. And anyway, when it's diluted, it loses that huge neon brightness. Right. Oh my goodness. I dropped away down. That's it. And Maisie's still barking outside. I'm just going to take you over here. The iPad thing has broken anyway. The holder. If I lift it up now, you might be able to see the whole thing. And these are my these are my lovely fuchsia. And like I said, they're dropping mad onto the table there. Okay. I don't know how much you saw of that now, but thanks for joining me. Off for my coffee. See ya.